So we're panicking, knowing this man is about to pass. This man is about to die before he even gets to make it out to the next hospital. And his wife and daughter are just in the next room. Hey, you could call me Jay Lilas. So then I asked him, are you afraid? Are you scared? And he nodded his head yes. Oh my goodness. When he said that, when he communicated that, the nurse, I didn't even notice the nurse had walked in the room. But anyways, at that point, she was in the room. And I turned around because I turned my back to him. Because when he said that, my heart broke even more. Like, I felt so horrible for the man. And I saw her walk out the room. And she just looked like she was just like, I saw a glimpse of her face. And she looked like she just was about to bust out crying. So I guess we both were feeling the same thing. It was just this heaviness, like this sadness, just this remorse that was in the room. This man, he was just hurt because he was scared because he wasn't ready to die. So some tears fell from me. I had my back turned to him. I didn't want him to see me crying. So but I asked him, I turned back around when I kind of gathered myself, and I turned back around and I asked him if he wanted to pray. He wanted to pray. And so I just held on to his hand and I prayed that God's will be done for him and comfort him and strengthen him. And only if it be God's will that this man would be healed, and that he would be able to speak to his family and just things like that. You know, I just prayed most of all for peace and just for the will of the Lord to be done. So a few minutes after that prayer, it seemed like he was a little bit more encouraged, a little bit less fearful. And that was all I really was thinking. I didn't know what to expect. I just was trying to pray, and I felt like that was what God was wanting me to do. The nurse comes back in after I'm done praying, and we start changing him. We get him changed. He turns. I get him cleaned up. So his back is to me. I'm cleaning him up, getting everything changed, tucking in new things. And then as we turn him towards me, this had never happened before or even after in my career in the medical field. The breathing tube came out of his throat. Remember, this man is a DNR. So they already made it where you cannot put it back. But there was also a plan in place for what was supposed to happen for after he's transferred out. He was supposed to have time to see his family, say bye, all of this stuff. And this they expected this man to only be able to live for about maybe 5 minutes after the breathing tube comes. So we're panicking, knowing this man is about to pass. This man is about to die before he even gets to make it out to the next hospital, and his wife and daughter are just in the next room. Oh my goodness. So we for some reason, we still call a code. We press the code button, like, what are we supposed to do? Because this man ain't supposed to be dying yet. Like, we're supposed to have a couple more days. I walk out of the room because, like I said, I'm the unit clerk, so I need to go make my calls. I need to go call different all these different people from different departments to come attend to this code blue. The moment I step outside the door, I close the door behind me. I hear the voice of the Lord say, "Why are you worried? You just prayed." And I look at this man's monitor. His oxygen saturation, which was at 95 on the ventilator, was going up. It was going up and up and up. And it got up to, I believe, 98, 99. And I was just like, wow. Like, I didn't know what to do. Because at the same time, all I'm hearing is sirens and bells and things going off and people running into the room. The DON, or the nurse manager of that floor, the floor manager, I forget, she comes up to me like, "What are you doing? You need to go call this person and that person." But I'm just still amazed at what I'm seeing on this man's vital signs screen. But what I already know I'm supposed to be doing in this kind of situation. But like I said, what are we going to really do? This man is a DNR. This man stabilized. He never actually, nothing happened. They just came in there and was looking because there's nothing that could do. But he didn't need anything either. This man had no ventilator. He was breathing on room oxygen, not even an oxygen tube in his nose or an oxygen mask on his face. No CPAP, none of that. The next day, I come to work, and sometime in the middle of the day, his wife and daughter are in the hospital, is in his hospital room. And the nurse tells me that they wanted to see me. So I go in there and they're just smiling. The man, I heard his voice for the first time. He spoke and he said, I just wanted to tell you thank you for praying for me. I wanted my daughter and my wife to meet the woman who had prayed for me. And I was just honored, because it's not me. It's not me. Anytime someone prays for something to happen, it's not that person who did anything special. It's the only thing they did was be obedient and have faith. It's God who did it all. But I was just so amazed just to see this man who was crying the day before, who was expecting to have a funeral the day before, was planning for his funeral. It was only supposed to take 5 minutes before he would pass. But the Lord healed him. The next day he was gone because he was taken down to the regular med surg floor because he was going to go home. So they called me one more time to come visit with them. And I went down to his room, to the room to see him and his family one more time before he was discharged to go home with his family. And that is amazing. Like, God healed that man. And I've seen just, God is so true. God is real. And we have to have faith. God is so good. Thank you for listening.